All right. Well, we're off to a bumpy start. Just gonna start stacking up these horsemen until people realize that I started a new stream, starting later than I planned, and as soon as I spoke, it like echoed it. It was like reminding me of an iShowSpeed live stream. I can't tell if that was something wrong on my end or I was being hacked. Okay. Thank you, Polish Crusader. Appreciate it. As you can see, the horsemen from the last video are painted brown. And that's because I plan to make the horses for this side all brown and paint the knights on top separately. I still haven't even uploaded a video, like a regular video of this build yet, so that I'm already editing and everything. I just gotta release it. A few more adjustments. And it's mostly about how I built the battlefield. There we go. Everyone's finally back here. We had like 10 people, and then the funniest comment I saw was, "Are you recording on a cockroach?" Okay. And I think everyone's back. I think all the people that were here are back now. All right, I'll just take you over to my desk to show you what's going on over here. There we go. Hey, Cardboard Armor Smith, what's going on? Okay, I'm going to periodically look at the comments and respond to them because I can only look at what I'm working on and then here first. So what I got going on here is, what? A lightly charred piece of butter toast. Right here we have these horsemen that I haven't cleaned up yet. So I have the molds that I made out of silicone. And here's one right here. I labeled them 1 through 6 through 7. And I put this epoxy putty in there, squeeze it, and then there's excess around it. So then I sand all that off. And then I go back with an X-Acto knife and I just chisel it away and make it nice and smooth. And then I'll have some horsemen that look like this. Well, this one's a little bit better, but it still has excess on it. And it'll look a little bit closer to that. And then I'll paint all the horses brown first. And then I just decided to go back and paint them a dark gray, the knights. There's more details that will go on to them later. But for now, I just wanted to paint them something more than just this statue white. And then right here, I'm working on some banners and flags and stuff. So I have this white piece of scrap fabric, and I've been using a scale to make a checkered pattern, because that's one of the army's flags is going to be that way. I'm not even using real countries. I'm going to make up my own like armies, and then you can play like tabletop games on it or some form of D&D, but the diorama is mostly just for looks, show and tell. But you could make up a game to play, because there's about 20 horsemen right now, and that's just for one side. Something else that's new. I have a soldier mold. I have a mold I created for a soldier, and now I can just do footed soldiers that aren't on horseback, so we can have horseback riding soldiers and regular ones. And if you've noticed, none of them have weapons, and we're going to make some weapons. Here's one. Here's some spears. I shaved off the points to make them pointy on the ends of these like toothpicks, and those are going to be some of the weapons. But for now, we're working on the horsemen, and I'm making some flags and banners for them to carry. Can you guys hear me fine? Is the audio rough still? I need to know. Okay, right now, but it was in the past one, right? The past live, the second one, that one was pretty bad. I heard myself repeating myself. I'm like, this is either the result of just a mistake I made, or okay. Well, that's good. That's good. Audio's good. I just kept seeing comments from the past live showing up. Yeah, anyway, we have a soldier here, and I only have one mold, but I need to make more, so then I can make like 3 a day. And I shove the epoxy sculpt, this stuff, comes in 2 parts, into the molds, and then after like 3 hours, you take them out, and then you have something that looks like this that you need to just clean up a little bit. Yeah, so that's what's new, that's what's going on. Basically, right now, I'm just gonna create this, this flag banner thing. Here's one of the soldiers that came out of the mold. Still haven't cleaned him up yet, but he's there. We got 3 so far. By the time this is complete, it'll look so cool. We'll have 2 armies on each side, and I can make them do whatever I want. I can make them just stand there or fighting. But yeah, that's basically what's going on. That's funny. Also, good news, as of 2024, we will upload. We have 3 more night fights that need to happen. Who's alive? England and Poland. I think those 2 will fight each other. And then Austria and France will fight each other. And then whoever's the winner of each of those will go to the finals, and that will conclude the night Cardboard Night series. There will be more skits in the future that are related to the Knights, but that's what I had in mind. I wanted to start like a playoff bracket basically. And yeah, we've reached the semifinals, but I haven't recorded any yet. The last time I went live was on like a Friday, but I had the day off. I didn't really put into consideration. Some viewers were still in like school or at work. So we had a lot of people coming and going, not a lot of public subscribers. Also, another heads up, I only plan to make this stream about an hour and a half long. That's my typical stream ideal limit, because I don't want to do this all day. And also, I think that's a pretty good time to cover what I'm covering. I'm going to take a break from this and then go to painting some of the models I made in a minute. Something a little bit more interesting than me just coloring boxes in. But yeah, that's all I really plan to do with live streams, just kind of entertain you guys with something while it's happening, so I don't have to edit a whole video. That's why I made the Kriegsmesser sword, because it was a quick and easy build, and I could put that out there, because I still have to finish the Fallout power armor, and do the night playoffs. That's pretty good for now. Yeah, so I'm gonna grab a handful of these knights. Here's about 4. Snowstorm today in Texas. Wow. When's the last time that happened? A long time ago. That's like the last time the Cowboys went to the Super Bowl. Alright, right here. And what I've been doing is I did the horse first, and I covered the whole night just for like a primer base, and then I have this, oh, that's dry now. This mix of black and white to make a gray, and I'm painting these guys that color. My brush is a little bit dry. Can you guys see what's going on? There we go. Suggestions. What could I do to make my live streams more interesting besides doing the thing I'm already doing? Like, what could I add to this? Like, music or something? Something a little bit more entertaining so it doesn't seem like, so the silence isn't loud. Oh, perfect. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, let's get a close-up of the figure. Let's do that. And here's the one that's painted. And then I'll show you one that is close though, that is unpainted, but it hasn't been smoothed down yet. There we go. Here's one that's just brown. So I don't, where is my model? Oh yeah, so this is the model I used. This one is the thing, it's like a toy, and what I did was I glued the figure on it, and then I put cardboard armor over them, and then I put that into a mold and made a mold out of that so I could print and make copies of the horsemen. And that's what I've been making my armies out of. That one is fresh. That one is still in need of trimming. Sweet. Zoom back out for you. Oh man, I forgot to trim his face back. He has like a big seam on his face. Oh well. They're all miniatures anyway. Also, I have to paint the tails and the hoofs all black on the horses. And I'm doing that last because I'm currently touching the hooves and tail. I don't want to rub off the paint just in case. It looks like the brown paint's already sticking very well. But yeah, you guys are witnessing the process I would usually do off camera, which is figuring out how I'm painting these things. And I figured this out like yesterday, that I was like gonna stain them with water and paint, and then the water slid right off because these epoxy material is like really smooth and hydrophobic. So then I just ended up painting them with regular paint, acrylic paint, and that worked perfectly. You guys can see the action. Okay, cool. Cool. There we go. I promise my next live streams will be a little bit more entertaining, because they will probably be more than just me painting miniatures. Probably something actually cardboard related. Maybe like I could show you my Pacific Rim Jaegers, but that I'll start those eventually in 2024. Maybe I should make that my 6,000 subscriber skit, because 6,000, or wait, 7,000, I forget which thousand I'm on, but that should be my next milestone skit, because whatever the next 1,000 is actually creeping up. So that's awesome. That's awesome for me, I guess. That's awesome for all of us. And then we'll probably, I said this in my last stream, I plan to make it Gypsy Danger and Knifehead as that scene I'm going to recreate. Because it's an amazing scene in all of cinema, despite what genre you like. In fact, I rewatched that movie on an airplane, and it still does not cease to impress me. It's a good movie, did not need a sequel. Came out more than, oh my god, 11 years ago. I'm not really worried about if some of it gets on the horse. Some of the gray. Whatever knights that I painted the best and sculpted the best, and I'll put those guys up front for all the close camera shots in my future videos. To the 8 people still watching, I appreciate you watching. Thank you so much. Thank you for not abandoning my stream, especially after the first attempt, which was atrocious. Don't even know what went wrong there. Recording on a toaster. It's pretty good. Here's the banner again. I plan to do one of the team colors be like black and white and with a checkered pattern, and then some kind of coat of arms, and then one of these guys will have this pole and carrying the flag. There'll be like 2 other guys with smaller flags next to him, and it will look like a legit battle. I don't mean to dip that in the paint. There we go. Oh man, I missed the tail. Oh wait, that's gonna be black anyway. That's alright. That's okay. sweet. Now we got 9 people. That's awesome. This is a very relaxing thing to do, just painting in general, but painting miniatures that are going to go onto like a battlefield is just really exciting to me. It's also kind of like therapeutic almost, because I can feel progress being made. We already have 8 so far, and we have plenty more, and I enjoyed making the process of painting these 2. So that's a plus. Let's grab another handful. Put it right there. This is, I can feel it. This one's one of the epoxy resin ones. These are all epoxy clay. This is the resin. And you can tell because this one's like almost transparent. And the plus is it's a little bit more flexible. So the weakest part, the legs, won't just snap. But the downside is it's a way more tedious, finicky process to make them. Because that was my first mold attempt. That was the silicone that I poured into the mold. And it doesn't even have feet because I printed them like upside down. And the air was trapped right where the feet were. So everything else got captured except for the feet on this knight. But I kept them because they were successful attempts. And I didn't know what my next process to making knights would be. So I just kept them, and they seem to work out. So here we are painting them. When's the next knight video? I couldn't tell you. I really don't know. It's just kind of whenever my co-stars are available. That's like the biggest downside of growing up. Everyone's either busy or doesn't have a ride or broke. But it's been a little bit painless. A little bit less painless, the process of making those videos, because they're all improv. I mean, the only acting part is when we're walking into battle or like being introduced. Like, this is the knight from this country, and then blah blah blah. But the rest of it is us actually fighting like real knights would, and that's the whole point. That's how fights should be. They shouldn't be choreographed where the knights are like crossing swords, like ting ting ting. That's not how fights work. No, you're not aiming for your opponent's sword. You're aiming for their face because you want to injure them. And that's why there's all this contact going on. That's why the videos are remotely good, because even though they're a minute long and the budget is literally $0, they look somewhat decent because it's an actual fight going on. And I think the thing that makes my cardboard making skills unique from other craft channels, and they're all great, there's no disrespect, but the thing I try to strive on the most, which you should look for too if you're making a channel, like find something that's unique about yours, whether it's the way you edit or film your videos or the thing you build. But the thing that makes my crafts unique is that they're battle ready and they're all painted, and it's hard, sometimes people can't tell that they're all made out of cardboard. But a lot of, like Cardboard Armorsmith, one of my public subscribers, his channel's great. Go check him out. He makes his builds very clean, so he doesn't have to paint them, and they look nice and smooth. And you can tell that they're cardboard because he leaves them cardboard and unpainted most of the time. Except for his Maximilian armor set, which was painted. That's pretty cool. But he likes to keep some of his builds just cardboard, and I intentionally don't do that because it allows me to mess up in the building stage and leave some like imperfections here and there on swords and shields and armor, because I intend to just paint it over. But that's why they're all battle ready, because there's a lot of duct tape and glue, and it would look ugly if it wasn't painted. So that's what I try to make my builds unique with. They're battle ready, and that's why I make the night video skits, so I can actually put the armor into use and make some video content out of it too. So that's a huge win. And that's what I figured out, and that's kind of that's like the horse I'm riding right now. And that's my advice to you if you're ever starting a channel, if it's a craft channel especially, because I like to build things like this. And I'm also trying to experiment as of 2023 and 2024. One of those things being this stuff right here. This is new to me. Actually, I made a board game similar to what's going on here back in 2021, and I didn't have the knowledge of making these molds yet, so I basically just made paper soldiers, and it ended up being pretty cool. It's basically like a chess game, And that's a video up on my channel. It's just a medieval board game. And now I can basically do the same thing, but with 3-dimensional figures. So that's pretty cool. Full Brigandine. Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I actually have the pauldrons over here. These are very simple and under-engineered, but here's one of them. They're just a layer of cardboard, and I had to make them simple because I needed them for the Spaniard knight to fight in. I should use silver for the knights, but we're kind of shallow on silver. I have metallic right here, but it's completely empty, so I just chose gray. Also, the next army, this is just one army, will be probably silver, so it's brighter, but they're going to be very distinct, so that's my plan. There we go. There we go. Does anybody watch the NFL or NHL? Because I'm a pretty big fan of both. There we go. Good enough right there. And then there's like a handful and a half more that need to be painted, and then we can do the hoofs and tails black. So far, so good. We have about 2 rows, enough to make a decent cavalry charge, and we have 5 more horseback knights that I need to paint, so there's even more to that. And that feels like a lot. That's enough to be a cavalry charge, but we got even more. And then I have these soldiers right there. I'm probably going to make about 20 soldiers for each army as well, so we could have a mix of both, and you can customize your army any way you want. I'm just going to take a look at the comments right here, see anything that I can answer. No. Yeah, actually, you know what? I think that's a thing I'm going to add to the 2024 list. Full Brigandine. That's going to be sweet. I'm looking forward to that. I got Sick Gambison. I wouldn't leave you behind. Thanks, Polish Crusader. yeah, that will be something to look forward to. Make sure that's in frame. I have to keep checking so I don't like do interesting things away from the camera. Also, if these all just tip over like dominoes, which is something I keep running into, that's like an issue. So every time I store them while they're standing upright, I have to do 1, 2, 3 horses and then one going that way to stop them. But just look out for that in the future. That's probably gonna happen. They all might just tip over. But they all do stand, so that's a plus. At the least, they stand. The third, what? Oh, cool. Hey, on the MetaQuest, there's a game called Blade Sorcery Nomad. Cardboard Armorsmith did something where he wore his armor and played the game, and that was really interesting. And I'm giving full credit to him for that idea, but I plan to do that in the future as well because that's a very fun idea. In fact, I already did it, but I just didn't record myself or upload it at all. Not to mention you get really hot while playing that game, so I had to take multiple breaks. But it is very fun. It's a very fun game. And I actually just got the MetaQuest 2 for Christmas, so that will be fun. Surprisingly, I'm not that big of a video game person, even though I have them. I had plenty of opportunities. I love Minecraft because, I mean, I like to build things, but the reason for that is because I'm more interested in the real world than I am in the virtual world or gaming world, which is very weird because I love movies. Video games, I'd rather do this. That's why I have a YouTube channel. That's why I use all my free time for this channel mostly. That's the reason I'm not that big of a gaming person. And then 3 more? This one, I don't know why I chose to do the night painting first. I think I was just experimenting, but I guess it would be 4 more. But we'll leave this one go for now. Oh yeah, wait, you can't see what I was talking about. This one. In fact, I'm gonna move all these knights. That works. There we go. Oh man, when did that happen? Dang it. Maybe I can just wipe it off just in time. I'm gonna have to repaint this horse brown over again. Got some paint on its leg. I think someone downstairs is getting murdered. go. There we go. I'll have to go back and repaint that one, but whatever. How long have I been on for? Half hour? Okay. Just a reminder, if you have a car and a garage, put your car in the garage, especially when it's in the winter. I had to jump start my car today. That's exactly why I was late for today's stream. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. There we go. 2 more? Yeah, 2 more minus the one with the blank horse. Because I'm not going to do that one yet. Big mistake I keep running into every time. I keep making too much paint to the thing I'm painting ratio. So then I end up wasting a bunch of paint. Because I keep doing the wrong color combinations and I have to remix it. And I end up with too much freaking paint. Also, I feel like the YouTube algorithm has screwed me over. You guys know that rest here traveler meme? The one where there's a night by a campfire? I didn't invent that. Of course, it's been around for a very long time, but I did it in real life. I wore my armor and I started a fire, and I recorded myself sitting there by the fire. Not that it requires any effort to make, but it's just very sketchy how there's people that just put a noise of a campfire, and they just put a picture of a night, and they have 300,000 likes on that YouTube short. When I spent a month making cardboard armor to the most accurate extent I could possibly make, and then film the video by a real fire in real life, and I took the chunk of the cake of that meme that I was allowed to take, and that was in 2022 in April, and I'm grateful for the amount of likes. It's just a little odd to me how the algorithm completely washed over that. Oh, what's that? Someone put hard work and dedication into a video? Pfft, no one needs to see that. How about someone dancing, putting absolutely minimal effort into that, and then everyone willingly likes their video? I will never understand that about social media. As a creator on YouTube, I mean, I'm talking mostly about YouTube and stuff, but I guess you can include TikTok and Reddit and Snapchat and stuff like that, and Instagram. But from what I've witnessed, even on YouTube, there's someone who spends a lot of time and effort. And I don't care if this is controversial. This is a real problem. Thank you for remembering that video. This is a real problem. Like, I'll see someone who made art. Like, they'll use acrylic paint and do some wild piece of art that took them a week to make, and it's huge, and it's an actual, or music, any form of art or craft. People spend time and effort, and in fact, they have the effort to edit a decent video for a YouTube short, and the views to like ratio is so low compared to someone doing a trend. And a trend is just them mimicking a word or just doing a stupid dance, and they get all these likes and views. And the problem is, all the likes and views lead to revenue, and revenue, some people make a living off of YouTube, and I just think it's unfair. I think it's just really unfair. It's really bizarre. Not that I'm making a living off of YouTube, but it's just, I think all that is backwards. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. What's this? Wait. Hold on, everyone. Did someone just send me oh my god. Oh, Thomas the Fourth. Okay. I think I know who you are. Thank you. It's called capitalism. 1,000%. Thanks, Thomas. Wink, wink, Thomas. Thanks for the $9.99. You don't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate it. Oh, man. Appreciate it. Nice profile picture, too. Cheers. Yep. Kylie, I know. I saw all your comments, too. -6 in Chicago. Oh, my God. Nuh-uh. It's snowing. How? I have a fire. Same. Yeah. The squiggly sword. You mean the Flamberge? Yeah, that's what that's called. Yeah, you guys don't have to send me money. Thanks, Thomas. I know who you are. You know what? I just so you know, I mentioned this in my last stream. I put all my YouTube revenue, which isn't that much, but I just refund it into the craft supplies, so it just circulates throughout the entertainment you're watching. So yeah. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was talking about capitalism. Yeah, I think that's a huge issue on all platforms. But you know what my least favorite thing is that's really, really new? I don't know how new it is, but it's people green screening themselves reacting, and it's like them tiny in a would I survive as a medieval peasant for a day? No. Yeah, no. Give me 5 minutes. I'll pick up the Black Plague and like immediately. Yeah, people just green screening themselves and copying someone's video, and then they get the likes for it. I think that's fraudulent. Don't steal people's content. It's not anyone's fault that the algorithm screws people like me over. But I think it's unfair. There's a creator, his name is Mustard. He creates videos about historical engineering phenomenons that the US and Soviet Union and all of history have created, like fighter jets and tanks and stuff. And like the reason like why they failed never got brought back into history. He was talking about that. He was talking about like how the algorithm chooses what you want to watch. So he'll make a video on the actual largest airplane ever, or what could have been the largest airplane ever. And then when you look up that exact title on YouTube, you get the dumbest thumbnail with the dumbest clickbait title. It's some poorly photoshopped airplane with like 1,000,000 seats on it. And you just like it hurts my head. I'm looking at the thumbnail like, what is this? That's not even like who would want to watch. Like you're not gonna see that in real life. The fact that there are actual animals alive and actual machines alive, or machines that have existed that are far more impressive than a clickbait, because clickbait's just fake. It looks too real to be real almost. And then you look at like it's all about clickbait. That's all this is about. It's just the clickbait and clickbait thumbnails. I can't help it. I hate those, and that's why the algorithm screws me over. Is that what I have to do? I have to gaslight my fans just to get views. I see. That's all I have to do. Yeah, so apologies to YouTube. I'm sorry that I deliver exactly what I advertise. I'm sorry for putting the title like what I'm building. I'm sorry for telling exactly the truth. Like, I'm building a Kriegsmesser, and then the video you watch is how to build a Kriegsmesser. I bet YouTube reviews that and goes, ugh, how dare he? How dare he promises what he advertises? It's just really obnoxious. Even before I created my channel, that's been an issue for me. Alright. What's next? I'm going to do the hoofs and paint the tails on the horses. Probably gonna need a smaller brush for that. Alright. Well, while those are doing that, I'm gonna go get some water for my brushes. And then, yeah. And I've returned. Oh, there goes half the viewers. Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Alright, I'm back. Now I'm going to paint the tails and hoofs. I only plan to make this stream about maybe 20 minutes longer, maybe 30 minutes longer, because I don't want to bore you guys to death. But this is as interesting as the stream's going to get. Oh, yeah. Each detail's making this pop. Also, the hoofs, the smallest detail on all these horses, came out pretty odd. Out of all the details that there were. Perfect. Oh yeah, there's the mane too that needs painted. Also, thank you guys for spending your Sundays with me. I'm enjoying it just as much as you are. Appreciate it. Appreciate the people that have been staying on since I started, and the ones that have been anticipating. I appreciate all of you guys tuning in, but yeah, thank you for spending your Sundays watching this. No, we had a total of like 11 people all at once. That's just the 2 people watching right now are the only ones watching right now. There was a lot more a few minutes ago. Oh, this is sick. It's really sick. Okay, so what am I gonna do to let these dry? I guess I'll put them on the tape right there. Welcome to the stream, everyone who just got back in or who's currently new as of this stream itself. Go. I don't know, you guys can see what's going on, right? Sweet, okay. I also have to paint the reins on the horses, but I guess I'll do that with a smaller brush at a different time. Right now we're just doing all the details, the bigger details, like the knight, the horse, the mane, the hoofs, stuff like that. Damn it. Oh, I painted the leg. Good enough for me. I might just end up standing them up. I don't really care what the bottom of the hoof looks like. You won't even be able to see that. I missed the mane on this one. Alright, I'm gonna check the comments real quick, see if there's any questions I can respond to. I do have a Discord. In fact, I just set it up right before the stream. Why would you want to block? How do you... I don't know. Oh, sweet. Kit Basher's workshop. That's awesome. Watching while painting. Cool, cool. Yeah, sometimes I like to put on live streams because they're very long, and I can also build while I'm listening to something or just listen to music. But the music sometimes just gets me too inspired, so I can't focus on what I'm trying to do. I keep forgetting. I'm like, oh yeah, I can't keep jamming. I have to focus. Right there. Same with my Iron Man suit. Speaking of algorithms being mean, I made a whole Iron Man suit, by the way. Yeah, I know, right? It's not like anyone really knew about it. I mean, to be fair, I did get at least 1,000 views on each video about my Iron Man suit, but it surprised me because there's craft channels that put minimal effort into their crafts, like ZHC. God, I dislike that guy very much. He's like the epitome of clickbait, and the worst part is he's part of the craft community. I like Jazza. Jazza, he has a very, 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 arguably the best art YouTube channel because he actually, does interesting things out of his comfort zone. He goes out of his box and he tests things and experiments things, and he's talented. And his older brother, Shad, who I get all my medieval information from, is another YouTuber I watch. But yeah, those two guys are great. In fact, I think they're both booming when it comes to entertainment because even Shad, for a second, he was getting a little boring. But I recently checked back in on his channel. He's actually striving pretty well. Jazza, he's a little bit more outgoing, but that's because his topic, which is art, is a little bit less limited. But I started watching Shad before I watched Jazza, but I've been watching Jazza a lot more now. Also, they're both hilarious, so That's also something I like about him. You guys can see this, right? Okay, good, good. Just making sure. I have a very niche audience, so I guess I have to work around that when I'm like making the social part of my videos. Well, like when I'm talking or if I ever crack a joke, I keep forgetting it's people younger than like 18 mostly, and I have to remember like, oh, you know, I can't use advanced humor around kids, but I do it to myself because my videos are crafts and adults don't really watch those. These are actually turning out pretty well. Got 4. Yeah, if you want my Discord, go into the description of my latest video, the Craig's Master Sword. I put a link to it right in the description. My Discord server. It's brand new, but yeah, perfect time. That's perfect time to let you know about it. I'll put it in all the descriptions that I can, and I'll put it in the further future descriptions of my videos. So you don't have to. I mean, I read all the comments anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But I guess it'll be an easier way to communicate to you guys. Here's one of the horses. I think I had a brown one that I did not even paint, but this one's like gray, and I'm basically copying the design here. Black tail, black mane. The hooves aren't painted, but well, maybe I should do the saddle too. I just realized. I guess that's a job for the smaller paintbrush anyway. I don't know. Let's find out. I think that'll work out. I think I'd rather do it with a smaller brush after I'm done with all this. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. It adds even more depth, more detail. All right, cool. We've been going for about an hour, so I guess 20 minutes more, or until I finish all these. That's what the plan for the stream is. By the end, after I decide I'm done doing the signature entertainment portion, I'll just do some Q&A, show you some of my cool builds, talk a little bit, and then end. That's what I usually do. I mean, I've only done one stream. I haven't really found out a routine, but I think that would be a good idea. This horse came out amazing because its mane sticks up perfectly. Here's the mold. Here's the horse, not the same character, but the horse and its mane is prominent, which I like. You know what my favorite line from Star Wars is? I don't like sand. What does that have to do with anything I'm doing? Nothing. It just popped up in my head. It's either that or uh I Hate You by Anakin. Both of them were which from Anakin. Oh yeah, speaking of Star Wars, which I am a fan of. Do I even? Yeah, no, yeah. I don't even. It's cynical. I'm absolutely ashamed of being a Star Wars fan now, as of this year. I mean, what? It's. I call this the Pacific Rim complex. I guess it should be more the Star Wars complex, but I call it the Pacific Rim complex because the Pacific Rim movie was a one-hit wonder. It did not need a sequel. Why? What does? Okay, let me just explain. Long story short, the first movie or the first six movies of Star Wars, the problem was solved, and there's no more story that needs to be written. And if you try to, it's like they closed the breach. Gypsy Danger even blew up in the Precursors world, so they destroyed their whole lab. But that should have been a big enough "fu" leave us alone from Earth to stop the Precursors from trying to take us over. So they destroyed their whole kaiju building lab and they closed the breach. Problem was solved. Did not need an uprising. Why was it even called Uprising? So Star Wars did not need Force Awakens up. All right, there's only 6 actual Star Wars movies. I mean, the problem was solved. Darth Vader's dead. Sidious is dead. It makes no sense how he's still alive. You like episode 9 just took George Lucas's work and just took a big crap on it. Like he finally had Anakin / Darth Vader bring balance to the Force. Well, he technically did, just through the dark side. Picked up Sidious, threw him down the shaft, and then and Luke, even Mark Hamill was like, I had to think of Luke as a new character, maybe like Jake Skywalker, but whoever wrote Luke, like all he does is give up because he had a bad dream and he tries to kill his nephew. Like what? What? Huh? Luke Skywalker? That's not what he does. He's the most optimistic guy there is, and the new trilogy just ruined that. In fact, I don't even dislike Daisy Ridley. She's a great actress, but the whole plot ruined her character. Like Rey is not even like I don't hate her. I just dislike what Disney did. Disney only is allowed to say they did one thing good, and that's Rogue One and a few other Star Wars series. But Rogue One was actually one of the best. Absolutely. Not like no the characters don't have plot armor. It's a good movie. Darth Vader's badass. But yeah, no. Disney just doesn't know what they're doing. And whoever handed the keys over to that lady who's about to create the next movie, like what are you even going to make it about? If the problem wasn't already solved in the first 6 movies, and the issue of what are you gonna do? What's the plot of the sequel trilogy? Oh, Sidious is alive somehow. Okay, so you're milking it. You're milking a dry udder, if you know what I mean. There's nothing to milk, and they just pulled it out of their ass. So what's it even gonna be about this time? Cause that's why I call it the Pacific Rim complex. It's like making a Pacific Rim 3. What's it going to be about? You solve the problem in movie 1, and movie 2 resolve the same problem just in a very very bad cinematic way. What could the next trilogy possibly be about? Yeah, I know Rey is gonna be the main character, but like, what are they gonna do? The whole bring balance to the Force thing's been done since episode 6. Jesus. I mean, they really just fumbled that ball. Absolutely. It's controversial because I'm a Star Wars fan. Kylo Ren, sure, he can exist, but he didn't need a movie. He didn't need to exist on screen. Shouldn't have left the drawing board. Like, oh, okay, Luke has a nephew. Cool. We don't need a movie about it. Ah, shit, you wrote a movie about it. Like, I remember leaving the theater after Force Awakens, and I was young. I was like, oh, cool, a new Star Wars film. That was awesome. But I'm like, wait. I'm sorry. They just built another Death Star. They just... There's a new dark leader named Snoke. Like, what? What? What happened to the Clone Wars? What happened to all the interesting stuff? I actually grew up around. They, like, forgot about it. And who's the actor of Child Anakin? The fan base ruined it for him. And then we look back on the movies and we're like, oh man, we had it better than we thought we did. We took it for granted. Because George Lucas was actually directing them. Alright. I'm done talking about Star Wars now. The only thing I can do is just pretend. The only thing that our whole fan base can pretend to do is just pretend that there's only 6 movies. There's only been 6 movies. Alright, now I'm done talking about Star Wars. Don't need 12 Star Wars movies. We don't need 9. We only needed 6. Plus the other shows in Rogue One. Ruined Boba Fett. Ugh. Oh man. Any questions? Who's the best fictional villain? Well, there's so many that I think there's more than one GOAT when it comes to villains. Sidious is one of them. Vader's one of them. Thanos is also a great cinematic villain, but fictional villain, I don't know. Well, it kind of depends. Because are we talking about comic books or like cinema, like movies and stuff, TVs? I guess Darth Vader is the most iconic because he's the only guy you can tell who he is. Just you can identify the guy just by his breathing. You can't do that with any other character ever. What do you guys think? Who's the best fictional villain? I think probably Darth Vader. I mean, he owns the title most iconic, but I don't know about best, like, in every category. He might be. He's evil, he's intimidating, and he's badass. He barely loses fights, too. The only time he's ever gotten his ass kicked was when Obi-Wan Kenobi fought him in the Kenobi series, and on Mustafar. That's a good character right there. We think, man, maybe Thanos. Not really a huge Star Trek fan, but I've watched it. Fictional villains. Oh, Robert Pattinson's Riddler was pretty cool. The Robert Pattinson Batman Riddler. He was pretty good. Hmm. Oh, that's right. This is one of the resin ones. Alright, well, as you can see, this is the future of my battle diorama. We haven't done anything new to the battlefield itself. It's all the focus has been on the characters. And I'm going to be working on these guys mostly next. And the weapons and flags for this army in particular. And yeah, by the next video comes out, all these will be painted. Or actually, the next video will be the video about this at all. And I'm already working on the second video. I just got to edit the video for this battle diorama. It might come out today, actually. So look forward to that. To the 5 people watching right now, thank you very much for being present. Yeah, that's about it. I don't want to bore you guys with this entire thing because that's all I'm going to be doing, just painting these figures, but I'm enjoying it. I hope you guys are too. I'm going to have to go back and just delete that live stream that I tried to start and it just didn't work out at all. So, yeah. I don't know what went wrong. I said hello and then I heard myself say hello and it echoed a million times like, what's going on here? What's next? This guy. Just painting on the saddles, the hoofs, and the the tails and mane black. I also painted all the soldiers, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, Star Wars is in a real situation right now. That's all. That's the best way I can describe it. It is a situation. I mean, do people know how to, give what their audience want anymore? do people with billions of dollars know how to do that? I guess not. I guess they're bad at that. How do you make up that much? Like, explain that to me. I don't know how you do it. How do you make billions? I think Disney's a $1 trillion company by now, if you add up all the money they made. And not deliver to the people giving you that money at all. You know, do you ever like listen to your audience and go, what do you want? Okay, let's give that to you instead of doing what we want. Like, imagine if a sport like the NFL decided to stop playing football and they're like, you know what, we're all going to do tennis now. All the viewers would just go, all right, we're done watching it then. And then they would collapse because the people watching it are what make the millions of dollars that go into it. It's all for entertainment, too. It's the easiest thing ever. Before I die, I'm going to write a movie. And maybe a few books, but mostly a few movies. Oh, man. Might have to cut the streaming now. Because this cough is creeping up on me. I don't know where that came from. Okay. So, I'm going to start cleaning up here. Wrap this up. I'm going to put all the completed ones on the diorama. And then all the ones that need completed in a pile. And all the ones that need the black paint at all will also be in their own separate pile. They need a saddle. He needs a saddle. Saddle. Oh shit. That one needs a saddle. And then these guys need anything at all. There we go. And these are the soldiers. These are prototypes. You need saddle. You need both. One more look at the banner here. The future banner or the prototype banner. All right. Q&A time. Anyone have any questions? I'll see you, Cassette. Take care. Thanks for watching. Yeah, this is the diorama itself. That right there is a towel on top of a piece of acoustic foam. That's what I was using to cushion all the figures. What is happening right now? Yeah, maybe in the future I can make one of those. Nice Polish flag. I like that. Bad Batch. Cool, cool. Django's basically my favorite character. I hate Kylo Ren. Okay. Oh, yeah. It's surprising me. I have almost 7,000 subscribers, but only 11 people on my stream. Well, that's because I'm not really known for making a stream. This is going to be a new addition to my channel as of now. But the reason for that is most of my subscribers, or most of my viewers are new. And only like 10% are returning subscribers. And I guess I need to make an effort to change that so people are like, oh, I need to tune back in. But most of that 7,000 subscribers are people that go, okay, click the sub button, and then they just don't come back and watch. But hey, I'll take it no matter what. Ain't no shame in my game. I got something cool to show you guys. Last live stream, I showed you guys my Gypsy Danger, Anchorage Gypsy, and I got Striker Eureka, so that's pretty sick. I got for Christmas, what I got for Christmas is the new addition to my collection. Can anyone guess what it is? I'll give you a hint. It is a Pacific Rim Jaeger. I'll just show you. Crimson Typhoon, everyone. Hell yeah. That's pretty sick. This guy's got 3 arms. And he got wasted moments into his fight. What a character. It's always characters like Boba Fett, Crimson Typhoon. They spend 2 seconds on screen and get completely wasted. Alright, everyone. This is a good time to end the stream because some people are logging off. And I think it's been long enough. I'm also ready to quit the stream right now. So, and I have a cough that's developing. I don't know why. So, thank you guys so much for watching. There are more streams to look forward to in the future. Thank you for the donation, Thomas. And thank you to the 2 people currently watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Look forward to the next video. I have a new Discord server. And that's it. Take care and goodbye.